If you're watching this, you should already know who I am. Hello everyone. By the time you watch this video, it will be hopefully Friday, May the 5th, which means that my blog, A Little Brit of Everything, has turned 1 year old. That was so cheesy. But yeah, for my blog's 1 year, I kind of wanted to do something different for you guys, for the people who read my blog, for the people who follow my blog. So I figured that I would do kind of a get ready with me on my everyday makeup look, which is this one. This is a video especially for the people who read my blog because, as you can probably tell, or if you didn't know, this video will be unlisted, so only the people who have the link to this video will be able to see it, and the only place I'm going to post the link is on my blog. So if you're watching this, I just want to say thank you for keeping up with my blog or reading it, whether you've been there since the beginning or whether you just casually creep it whenever I post a link on Twitter. Thank you no matter what. No, thank you regardless. And I hope you enjoy this video. Also, I apologize because I feel like I'm kind of awkward when I'm filming. So, yeah. Alright, without further ado, let's get into the video. Okay, first things first, I'm gonna prime my this is so weird. I'm gonna prime my skin with the Smashbox Photo Finish Foundation Primer. This is one of my favorite primers because I like how it fills in my pores, makes my skin really like velvety smooth. I feel like people either hate or love this this primer. And I think the reason why people don't like it is because the main like complaint I've seen is that people say that it makes their foundation slide around their face. I can see where that's coming from because it is like a velvety primer, right? So it can make your foundation slip. But what I do, the reason why it doesn't do that for me is because I let it sit on my face for a couple minutes before I put on my foundation. Wow, this is such a nice face. Before I put on my foundation, and then by the time I put on my foundation, it's like set, it's a little bit tacky, so my foundation sticks better to it. So if you don't like this primer, maybe that's why you don't like it. So instead of going into foundation right away, I like to do my brows first, and then I use the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow Pomade in the shade Dark Brown. Okay, my hands are really slippery from the primer. Ooh. Okay, there you go. That's just what mine looks like. Pretty nasty. So what I do for my brows is, you can't see, but off camera I have a mirror right here. But when I do my brows, I like to just do them in a smaller mirror, so I just use like my highlight. I'll do it up close and then look at the mirror after to see what's going on. So what I like to do is I like to load product into my brush, like a lot. I obviously don't use that much, but you know what, you'll see. So yeah, load up on product just like so. And I don't know if you can tell, this isn't autofocus, so I would have to focus it myself. So yeah, there's a lot of product on the tip of the brush. What I like to do is I like to just kind of warm it up on the lid. Not warm it up, but kind of like work it so it's more fluid, I guess. Just easier to work with. So yeah, I'll just work that out. That's why the lid of my beach dip brow is so nasty. I'll just work it in. And then what I like to do when I do my brows is that I'll brush the brows up. Just take the brush, and just kind of line the bottom of my brow. But I don't start from the beginning, I kind of start in the middle. Also, just know, I feel like I should have said this in the beginning, but obviously I am not a makeup guru. I'm just an average girl doing her makeup. So if I do something weird or something that's not right, please don't hate me. Don't drag me. I mean, you could, but I like the way that I do my makeup, so that's all that matters. Yeah, so I like to put the most product at the end, like the arch and the tail of my brow, and then I'll just distribute whatever I have left onto the front part. I don't like to do that whole gradient look. For the most part, my brows are always pretty filled in, but it's kind of like the gradient look because it's a bit lighter at the front of my brows than at the end. To be honest, I have no idea how this video is going to turn out because this is my first time filming it. Get ready with me. I'm kind of nervous, but like, even when I'm doing my makeup just like on the regular, I feel like I always, in my head, I'm always like doing kind of like a talk through thing, so I should know what I'm doing. I'm gonna do the other brow off camera just to save time, and I'll be right back. Okay, so now both of my brows are done, and I'm just gonna set them with the Essence Make Me Brow Eyebrow Gel Mascara. The reason why I always set my eyebrows is because my hairs are pretty long, and if I don't set them throughout the day, they'll just droop and get out of formation. You don't want that. I mean, I don't want that. So this has little fibers in it as well, so it kind of adds volume or thickness to your brows. I just like to put the top part kind of up, and then I'll just set everything else in place. And this is really cheap. It's like $3, I think, at Superstore. So you really don't have to spend crazy amounts because this works really well. At this part, if I'm not gonna wear eyeshadow, I will just go straight into foundation, but I figured I might as well just wear eyeshadow in this video because why not? So the palette I am using today is the Tartelette in Bloom palette. This is my favorite palette so far, just because the colors are all colors that I personally really love. I'm really into like the browns and like really neutral colors. So yeah, this also just like the packaging alone is so pretty. Oh god, oh my god. But yeah, I got this for myself for my 22nd birthday because sometimes you gotta treat yourself, and I'm really glad I did because I love every single color in this palette and it smells really good. So before I actually go in with the eyeshadow, I'm gonna prime my lids with this Lorac Behind the Scenes eye primer. To be honest, this is my sister's. I just kind of stole it from her, so I'm just gonna take a little bit. I don't know if you can see that, but I just thought the smallest amounts on my eyes like that. You could stop here if you're going for that Coachella look, you know, everyone's into the dots. I'm just kidding. I'm just trying to be funny. And it didn't work. So yeah, I'm just gonna blend it with my finger. By the way, my hands are clean. I always wash my hands before I do my makeup. And that is definitely important because you don't want to be spreading stuff all over your face. Your hands are dirty. It's all about hygiene, people. This primer is just going to help the eyeshadow stick, as well as it kind of lightens your eyelids so that the shadows pop more. I'm not gonna lie, I'm probably using the wrong brushes for every single one of these, but whatever, it still works. So I'm just going to go in using this brush. This is the e.l.f. eyeshadow C brush. I'm gonna use this to pack Flower Child all over my lid. And same thing with my brows. I like to use the mirror on the palette to see it close up, and then I'll look into the far mirror to make sure it's not looking jacked up. Oh, sorry. I keep looking at the viewfinder. Sorry, I should be looking here. So the reason why I wanted to start my blog in the first place is because, first of all, I didn't have any hobbies, so I really wanted to find something that I would enjoy doing, that I could always kind of do as a hobby. And you know, obviously I wanted to start YouTube, and I do have a YouTube channel, but I made like 3 videos which are now all private, by the way, so don't try to look for them. But yeah, I made like 3 actual like YouTube videos. And then I realized that YouTube just was not for me because it takes so much time and effort. Editing and like actually filming a video takes so long compared to just writing a blog post and taking pictures for the blog. And also I find that writing things down is easier for me than actually speaking. Like I think I can get my thoughts across way better when I write them down instead of trying to communicate them verbally. I don't know. And also I wanted to start a blog because, sorry, I'm just going in again with Flower Child. I also wanted to start a blog because I think out of my friends always ask me for my opinion on things like makeup, skincare and stuff. So I really wanted to have a place where they could all just go and see what I think about certain things. Yeah, so a lot of my friends read my blog, so shout outs to my friends. Now that that's unlit, I don't even know if you can see. I'm gonna go in with Smarty Pants just in the crease area. I wanted to start YouTube because I really like watching like favorites videos and hauls and reviews and stuff, and that's kind of what I wanted to do as well. But of course, like I said, I didn't have time to film, edit, all that stuff that comes with having a YouTube channel. Oh, sorry. I'm using the Sigma Small Tapered Blending Brush, E45. This is also my sister's, but I stole it from her, and it's been in my collection for a long time, so. But yeah, I really wanted a place where I could, you know, write reviews, do favorites videos, and kind of just give my opinion on pretty much anything. So that's where my blog started. But to be honest, even though I've had it for a year, I feel like I've only been really active for the past couple of months, because before I would kind of just write whenever and I wasn't really getting a lot of views that way. Now that I'm kind of like being more public about it, I feel like I've been more active as a blogger. So also, this is just the tip that I do. When you're blending, I like to hold it kind of near the end of the brush rather than right here, because I find that when you hold the brush really close, you have a lot more control, so you're going like more heavier handed on your eye as compared to like here where you don't have a lot of control, so it's better for blending. To be honest, I don't know how YouTubers do it. Like my mouth is already drying up. But yeah, initially I was really scared to kind of put my blog out there because, I mean, I made a post about it, but I was really scared of what people would think. Like I was scared people are gonna think that I'm trying to become like the next YouTube sensation, even though, okay, not YouTube sensation. I don't know, I was just scared of what people think pretty much. Like I was scared that they were gonna think it's weird that I'm doing this. I was scared that people are gonna think the stuff that I write about was dumb. But I kind of overcame that because I'm paying for it and I really like the stuff that I write, so why not put yourself out there? And if people don't like it, who cares? As long as you like it. Chase your dreams, yo. I just realized you can't really see what I'm doing, so I think I'm going to zoom in a little. Okay, I think this is better. Excuse my skin, it's kind of jacked up. I have Flower Child on the lid and Smarty Pants in the crease. I think I'm going to bring it in a little bit closer though. And then with a clean blending brush, I'm just going to go in and kind of soften it up a little bit more. There's no product on this, I'm just using it to blend the top. But yeah, blogging has been really fun. I'm actually surprised every time someone tells me that they read my blog or that they think my blog is cool and stuff. Like I actually get so, not emotional, but I'm always just like, oh, thank you. Because yeah, when I started this, I never expected that so many people would think that it's cool, or like so many people would keep up with it. But they do, so I really want to thank you guys for that. And also, a lot of my friends have been asking me to film a get ready with me since like the beginning of time. So this is all for you. I'm gonna use this, I don't know what brush this is. There's nothing on it, but it's just flat. And, you know, there's a piece of hair on it. It's just flat, like that, not too dense. And I'm gonna use it to put some Funny Girl on my lid, just where I put Flower Child, just for a nice little pop of shimmer. Honestly, I feel like I'm struggling so hard making this. I have no idea how YouTubers do it. Then I'm gonna go again with the same brush and just blend it all together. Sorry, I know this probably looks hella messy. Like I said, I'm not a makeup artist. Alright, now I'm gonna zoom you out. After eyeshadow, I'll usually just finish the eyes and then go on to my face. So I'm gonna do eyeliner first, and the eyeliner that I use is the Kat Von D tattoo liner in Trooper, of course. Oh my god, I'm making so much noise, I'm so sorry. Yeah, I always like to go for a nice wing, of course. So I feel like I'm not gonna be able to talk when I do my wing. Well, we'll see. So the way I do my eyeliner is I like to like just pull my skin back a little, so like my skin is tight and it's easier to draw the wing. And I kind of use like the tail of my eyebrow as a guide, so I just draw towards the tail of my eyebrow. If you have trouble with eyeliner, I think using brush tip eyeliner pens are a good way to start, because I feel like these are pretty foolproof. Yeah, it's really easy to draw the shape of the wing and stuff. My tip for when you do eyeliner, sorry that this looks crazy right now, but when you're doing eyeliner, never do it in like one long stroke. Always do it in little strokes, just because then if you mess up, you don't have to clean up as much. Whereas if you do like a big line at one time and you mess up, then you'd have to fix the entire thing, which is pretty unfortunate, because if you put on eyeshadow, then if you have to fix your eyeliner, it's just no bueno. So there is one wing. I'm gonna quickly do the other one, and then I'm gonna put on some falsies. So funny story, well, I guess not funny story, but the very first time I wore eyeliner, it wasn't even eyeliner. My sister had a Coastal Scents palette at the time. I don't know if you guys remember Coastal Scents, but it kind of reminds me of the Morphe palettes. Like, they're really huge, and my sister had the one that had all the colors of the rainbow pretty much. Like, there was like bright green, blues, bright pinks. Anyways, so I used the black in that palette for my eyeliner. So I would wet an angled brush with Fix Plus, and then I would dip into the black and then draw my wing. The very first time I wore makeup, I did that the winged liner, and I had on like the thickest false eyelashes of life. I'll try my picture. I know there's a picture of the very first time I ever wore makeup, so I could insert it somewhere if I find it. But yeah, a lot of people were like, oh my god, you look so good. But at the time, like back then, it was good. But thinking about it now, my eyeliner was really thick, and my lashes were so extra. Like, you do not need to be wearing that thick of lashes in grade 10, girl. But, you know, high school's a time to experiment with what you look like, I guess. And that's what I did. So now I have my eyeliner on. I am going to go to apply my false lashes. These aren't demi wispies, they're actually from Kiss, but they pretty much look like the Ardell demi wispies. And I just buy them in like large packs, which I wrote about on how to save money on the blog. But yeah, I buy it in a large pack just so I don't have to keep going back to Walmart to buy more lashes. I'm going to apply glue, I just use the Duo. I know people are probably like, Duo? Just kidding. Just kidding. But I know a lot of people are like really bougie with their eyelash glue. Like, yeah. Some people like look down on Duo, but no girl. Duo still works for me, so that's what I use. I kind of bend the lash together like this. I don't know if you guys can't even see, but I kind of like bend it a bit or like curve it so that it's, yeah, I don't blow it straight on, just because then I find that when the glue kind of dries, it's easier to apply onto your lid. And I know that eyelash extensions are really big now. My sister always gets eyelash extensions, and I really do want to try them out, but I think it's just too high maintenance for me. Like, one second. Okay, as I was saying, I think eyelash extensions are just too high maintenance for me. Like, I know you have to take very good care of them, obviously. But yeah, you can't get them, well, you can't get them, I don't know. Okay, pretty much, they're just too high maintenance for me. And I really like wearing eye makeup, so I feel like that's something that's kind of limited when you, something that you can't really do a lot when you have lash extensions. Plus I don't mind applying false lashes all the time. So yeah, I'm pretty sure you can see some glue still there, but that's gonna dry. And it's gonna dry clear, and you can always go over it with eyeliner. I know it can be pretty intimidating and frustrating when you can't get it right, but always just try to get it as close to your lash as possible. If you make a mistake, fix it as soon as possible so the glue doesn't dry. And yeah, just keep on practicing. Okay, so now that I'm done my eyes, I'm gonna go into foundation. I have two foundations that I kind of change or switch between depending on what I want or what I'm doing for the day. So the two that I use are the Maybelline Fit Me Hydrate and Smooth, or the Milani Conceal and Perfect 2-in-1 foundation and concealer. And I think I'm going to use this for today because, to be honest, I'm not really doing anything after, so I don't really want to use the full coverage one. And the shade that I'm using is 310 Sun Beige. I just like to pour a bit on the back of my hand. And so what I do is I just dot the foundation on my skin, like so. What I also like about this is that it has SPF in it already, so I don't have to apply SPF or sunscreen in the day. I'm going to go in with the Real Techniques buffing brush, and I'm just going to kind of stipple it onto my face. I also find that with this formula in particular, if you apply too many layers, since it has SPF in it, it makes your skin look lighter than it really is. I feel like it's doing that to me right now. Don't worry, this is actually my color. What I like to do after is go in with my Real Techniques Miracle Sponge. It's not a beauty blender, people. One of my biggest pet peeves is when people refer to things as a beauty blender when it's not a beauty blender. Like, this is a Real Techniques Miracle Sponge. Please don't call it a beauty blender. I don't know why that's a pet peeve of mine, but it really bugs me. Like, it's not a beauty blender. A beauty blender is a beauty blender. So I don't call it that. Just kidding, I don't care. Live your life. Call it what you want to call it. I've been using the Milani one for a while. Well, I haven't worn foundation in a while, to be honest. Ever since I did like my foundation free week, which you can also find on my blog, I haven't really been wearing foundation a lot, so I kind of forgot how much I like this. Like, it gives you such a natural finish, and yeah, I really like it. Since I do have oily skin, I like to set it, and I just use the NYC Smooth Skin Loose Face Powder. I don't set it too much. I only set it in the places where I get the most oily, because if I don't set it, it's just hella oily. So I just take this powder brush and just set where I get the most oily. So that is my nose and my cheeks. I want my skin to look dewy and natural, but when you use powder, it's kind of the opposite of that. I like to just give a couple sprays of the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer Water. I've never actually used this as primer. I always use it as a setting spray. And I'm just going to spray that also like in the center of my face. When I'm done this part of my face, I usually go into contour and highlight. So to contour, I use the NYX Matte Bronzer in the shade Medium. And this is a little bit darker or warmer than what you would normally use as a contour, but since my skin is a little bit darker, I think that this is the perfect shade for my contour. I just use this NARS, I think it's the Ida brush, but I got this off of eBay for like $2. And I've actually compared it to my sister's Ida brush, and it's pretty much exactly the same. So this is very pigmented, so I just take one dab and then brush off the excess. And what I'll do is I suck my cheeks in like so. So you see where your cheeks kind of go in. That's like the top of that like dent is where my contour will stop. And I go up a bit and that's where my contour will start. And I always start at the top when I do contour because I feel like wherever you start, that's your brush is gonna have the most product on it. So if you start right here, if there's too much product on your brush, you're gonna have a big patch and it's kind of hard to blend out. So I guess, so if you start from up here, then you can kind of blend and work your way down. So that's what I do. When you suck your cheeks in, or when I do it at least, I never put contour in that like dent. I always do it above the dent. So now that I'm done contouring, oh no, I'm not done contouring. Gotta do my nose, and then I just like to do this because I got a flat Filipino nose. Now I can highlight. For highlight, I think I'm gonna go a little bit extra as usual, and I'm gonna use the Wet n Wild highlighter in Precious Petals, and then go on top with my Ride or Die. Also, shout outs to Shalisa for picking this up for me when she got it at Walmart, because every time I go to Walmart, it's right there. Something about just like glowy skin makes your whole complexion look really healthy and really clear, so I really like that. And then I'm gonna go in with Champagne Pop again, just on top. I really like to highlight my nose, so I'm just gonna yikes. And now I'm gonna apply some at the center of my nose as well. I love highlighting my nose. Then once all the stuff in my complexion is done, I do like to put a little bit of mascara on my bottom lashes. I never used to do this, to be honest with you, but then I started doing it and now I pretty much always do it. Then once that is done, what do we do? Oh yeah. I like to set my makeup with the Urban Decay D-Slick Makeup Setting Spray. I know I said that I like to be glowy and dewy, but if I don't put these like anti-shine products on my face, I'll be just straight up oily. And this stuff is really expensive. It's like $40. So when you spray, make sure that every little drop gets on your face. I also try not to go too overboard. Like whenever you watch videos, people go off on the setting spray, but I think that's just wasteful. So for my lips, I'm just gonna line it with this Bite lip pencil in the shade 020. I actually got this for free from Influencer, and I did a review on it as well on my blog, obviously, so you can read that. Yeah, so after that, I like to use ColourPop's Beeper. This is my everyday lipstick pretty much. The package is all nasty. If you've ever had ColourPop stuff, you know that like the outer packaging rubs off like as soon as you put it into your bag. But yeah, this is the shade Beeper. And yeah. So that concludes my get ready with me video on my everyday makeup look. Hope you guys enjoyed watching. Like I said, I'm not a makeup guru, I'm not a makeup artist, so hopefully this doesn't look too bad for y'all, because this is how I do my makeup every single day. Not every single day, I don't wear makeup every day, but yeah. Hope you had fun watching this. It was kind of a struggle for me to film this, but I pulled through. I guess this is where people would insert those like really cheesy like clips of them posing, like I'm just kidding, but that ain't me. I want to thank all of you for reading my blog, keeping up with me, hyping me up, just interacting with me and making 1 year of my blog possible. Thank you for reading my blog. Thank you for keeping up with me. Thank you for watching this. And I don't know when I'll see you next, but hopefully I will see you soon. I'll see you later. That's really